How you doing, guys? This is Hybridsteel. Welcome to Volcalidus, the DLC for Hydroneer. And today I'm going to be talking about the drills. Now the reason why I'm going to talk about the drills is because they're a little bit different to the original drills we were using in the original base game, which we had tier 1 drills, tier 2 drills, and tier 3 drills. And unfortunately, they don't exist in the DLC. Well, you can go back and play them on Bastion, that's fine, but in this version of the game, they do not exist. These things exist. These are lava drills. Now, these are a little bit more advanced than the tier 1, 2 and 3 drills, and the reason why is because they don't have a tier. They work to wherever you can dig. If you have tier 3 tools, like your pickaxe and your bits and pieces, then you can make your lava drills tier 3 drills. And this is the best part about these new drills. It makes the game a little bit more open to all interpretation. You can play how you like, and that's all good. That works for even the big drills that you have to get forged. I'll get into those in another time, but for right now, we're going to be talking about the little lava drills because these things are awesome. They're not so much drills. Obviously, they got a big grinding disc instead of an actual drill bit itself, so that's not too bad. And they look pretty cool, and they're quite quick as well, depending on which ones you've got. If you've got these ones, which have got the 3 red skulls, they're not so quick. But if you get the other one from the tier 1 shop, then it says it's got a speed 1 bonus on it. So that means that works faster than those two. That's all good. Now, I'm going to have to open up my other save to show you what these are capable of and where they can go. So give me a sec. Back. Welcome to my beta save. So as you can see on here, I've actually sort of like, this is a lot bigger and better. This is basically a save that I was using when the game was being tested, and this is how I preferred setup. Gonna be honest, having my setup upstairs actually works a lot better for me, so that's all good. Now, I'm going to go down into different levels and different bits and pieces. As you can see, I've got tier 2 tools up here. I've got tier 1 tools up here. I've even bought the miniatures for the drills because these are the ones I was building at the time. Now, I'm going to go down to here. This is where I originally started. Basically, I dug down to where I could get to with the tier 1 tools. I can't go any lower than this because then you're in tier 2 territory and you can't dig through. So you get stuck. So instead of being limited by the actual drill type itself, you're limited by your tools. So the faster you can get to the tier 3 shop and actually earn those tokens in order to build those tools, then the better way you can get down to the better ice, which means you get better reward. Now, this is where I was originally. I actually had my conveyor belt across here, and I had like 2 or 3 drills running constantly just so I could actually start like producing more stuff. I was running through the people's like weapons and stuff. I was building up my tokens so I could like level up in bits and pieces when it comes to token leveling. And then I was here, and then obviously I was able to afford my tier 2 tools. Tier 2 tools. This is the tongue twister. Right, so then what we did is we took our tier 2 tools and then we went down to the bottom of tier 2 soil, and then we planted my drills across here. It actually got really tight in here, so I had to expand the cavern out a little bit. So yeah, my tier 2, my drills were mounted here at tier 2, and these conveyor belts were basically just here, so I was working out where I was going to put my like conveyor belts down to tier 3. And then, yeah, we go down to tier 3. Obviously, when you get down to this low, you need tier 3 tools. So the purple-handed stuff. So I've got my rake. I've got my pickaxe. They're the only things I need down here because that's all I needed to put them in here. So all of this was dug by hand. I basically came down here with my pickaxe and just started knocking away at the floor. And as soon as I had a flat enough space and I could actually bring the piping down to here, this is where my drills are now mounted down at tier 3. And yeah, and the best way that I found to like turn them on and off was to actually use this. So if I went back upstairs to my main sort of like lava field, I can actually turn on the valve here, but I can keep this shut so my drills don't work down here. But my drills upstairs, well, that's where the ice melter is, and they're the ones that I need working constantly because they move the conveyor belts, which is the piping all the way down here, and then we're all good. Now the plus side to this DLC is there's no bias between the pipes and the actual pipes we use for like powering our drills. It's all one level. It basically just means it works everywhere. The only thing that you're limited to is your tools. So my advice would be to focus on tools first, get down here as quickly as possible, earn more money. earn more stuff. Drills they're more utility vehicles, so you can use them for everything. You can use them on different levels of ice, different levels of dirt, and basically at the same time you're just producing more. So that's good, and that just means you're a lot more open to whatever you're going to be like drilling. Basically just means they're better than what we had before, because it's more open for you to play. You can put them everywhere as long as you've got the tools to get them to wherever you want them to sit. Okay, some additional information about the lava drill. I mean, well, actually it's just a one thing that can determine how well they work is obviously putting the power unit or the shard or the booster or whatever you want to call it at this point as close to these as possible. Now if you do chuck it in the top of it, obviously it's going to work a little bit faster and better. The downside is obviously these drills are a bit crap up here, but if you put these downstairs next to the other drills that work a lot better, you'll produce more. It's alright. They still work on the same premise of the higher the pressure the better they work, but they work only as well as they can with their stats. So these drills up here are 3 red skulls on speed, 3 red skulls on size. So they're not going to be very good. They're basically defect drills. Even if I was to put this right next to them and just churn as much power into it as possible, they're still not going to work very well. But putting the chamber closer to them does make them work slightly better. So you can sort of be counterbalanced, but at the same time it's not really worth it. But it's always best to have your crappier drills doing mundane tasks like drilling ice into the actual ice melter, and using your better drills and the ones you can create at the forge downstairs making you the money, because they work better and they work. Even if I was to put the boosters on this intake, they will still run not very well in comparison to the ones downstairs. Now there is a different drill. Unfortunately, I don't have one to spare, but I will be making a video about them because it does take quite a bit to get them to here, especially the fact they're so heavy you can't lift them and you need the hauler to be able to do that, and I'll cover that in another video, so don't worry about that. But for now, just know that the drills you're using, you can use them on any floor of like ice as long as you've got the tools to get you there. They're completely open, they have no like problems anymore. They are just, you can have them anywhere. Now I've touched upon this in other videos, but I will mention it in this one as we're talking about the drills. Now the drills you can go off and build. You obviously need the 500 iron and the 100 cloutium, and that's just to build one drill, and that means that the drills that you're making are better than ones that you can buy out of the basic shop. So that drill there as a bog standard model can basically outdo these ones. These are crap drills. You can build just bog standard normal drills that will work genuinely well-ish, like the ones I've got downstairs. I think I've built 1 or 2 of those, which means, yeah, they're just standard drills. Now they can be upgraded using buff stones, but again you need the hauler for that, because you need to be able to pick up the buff stone to take it to the furnace so you can melt down the stone and get the stone out and take it to the top of the mountain and go from there. All your drills have to be made at the top of the forge, which is on top of the volcano. So yeah, you need to go up there just to make a drill. So make it worth your while. If you're going to go up there, make 10. You know, take a load of iron, a load of cloutium with you, make a load of drills, chuck in a couple of buff stones. You never know, you might get better stuff out of it. But I'll be talking about that another day. I need to get the hauler now so I can carry on. I need to do a couple more tokens first, and then we're all right. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have, let me know in the comment section below. See if you actually if you have any questions and stuff, and then I can answer them from there. Until my next one, I'm going to say peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all later. Ah, boom! Fist bump to you.